Hello again. It's been a long time, almost 2 weeks, but I guess we needed to recover from our trip in France, and here I am in Lebanon. It's been a couple of weeks here. I just wanted to share this with you, this bottle of Atibaia 2014 this time. Now for the sharp eyes, you'll see the difference in the label again, where now we're back to a, not quite the 2009 label where there was just a dot showing the winery, but not the 2011, 12, whatever, after 2009 labels that had a lot more red and a white dot where the places. Now you've got the line for the border with the water, the shore, and then the dot. So it's a bit of a mix. It's a new label, still the same theme. We've talked a lot about Atibaia. We've had 2 or 3 tastings, but this is still one of my favorite wines here. It's yet another Magnum, which somehow we seem to do a lot of here on the Atibaia front. We drink a lot of. And this was an opportunity because this was, this is election season here in Lebanon, in case it's something you have heard of. It's been very busy, very active, very social. A lot of people are involved, which is really great. And sometimes you have these gatherings that really turn into long discussions into the wee hours of the night with candidates, with friends of some of the young candidates. And this is on one of those occasions where we ended up opening and drinking 2 magnums of this 2014 beautiful wine. It kept drinking itself, basically. It was very popular and it kept fueling the evening. And there's a little bit left and I wanted to share it with you. Here we are. The color, it's just that really red that we discussed before. It's just really wine red. It's not, there's no burgundy in it, there's no pink in it. It's just sort of this white red. This is, as we discussed, a mix of Cabernet Sauvignon and Syrah primarily, with a little bit of Petit Verdot, sort of half-half, with a little bit of Petit Verdot thrown in depending on the vintages. The nose, even after all this, it's been quite many days, the nose is still very, aromatic. It's got this mix of fruit, red fruit, different kind of fruit, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. A little bit of alcohol that starts, it's funny, the alcohol becomes almost more noticeable after time here. And it's still got that density that I really like. It's not sort of clear, but it's not necessarily, muddy either. Look at the legs. I don't know if you see that. Really lots of alcohol. It's still evolving, and it's still very good. There's a little more acidity here than the fruit it gets you in the beginning. So now it's something that's going to marry even better with food. Before we were drinking it all evening without food, it sort of didn't matter. I'm going to finish this with lunch, and I think it's going to be perfect for that. And there's this thing we discussed before, the dark chocolate, semi-bitter notion on the palate. There's a nice finish that is sort of very subdued, but it's there. It's not a punchy finish, and that could be because, the wine's been open for a while. Just very different from when you first open it. This is a stage I haven't experienced with any other Atibaia because I haven't had any bottle open basically for close to a week, even though it's a mag. So you get a little bit more restraint. You got the density and the generosity, but it's not overwhelming with fruit. It's not quite Bordeaux restraint, and it's not quite California fruit. It's somewhere in the middle. That's a very interesting stage for me. It's got a little bit of salinity on the tongue. It's got the mixes of fruit and chocolate that we discussed, and the acidity. It's really still very, very nice. I mean, these wines are just incredible value and incredible quality. We've had some of the videos before. We talked about the place, about the region, so I don't want to repeat it all here. But again, if you have a chance to drink a red Atibaia, you should definitely do it, and don't be scared of letting it evolve over time. Cheers.